Realtree's Midwest Whitetail is brought to you by Cuddyback, Drake Non-Typical, Easton Arrows, Frigid Forage, Fuse, Grizzly Coolers, Hoyt, Ozonics, Redneck Blinds, Wasp Archery, and Realtree.
Good afternoon. It's November 7th, and it's a beautiful day. It's maybe 30 degrees and breezy. We've got a northwest wind, so came to a different piece of ground back at the main farm, and really had one buck we're going after. It's a big 9-point, and we had some trail cam pictures of it last year, and might have sheds from it last year as well. We got pictures of them last night, maybe a couple hundred yards down at the bottom of the valley. So we've got corn on one side and we've got beans on the other, and just over here we've got a bunch of scrapes and rubs. It's really an area that's really tore up, and we think it's his neighborhood. So we're sitting here for this 9-point and hoping to see him and see what he looks like when he comes in.
I can't see him.
Well, it's 2:30 and we've got him in the stand maybe 15 minutes ago, and we came after a nice 9-point, and 15 minutes in I just spotted this 9-point in front of us, maybe 40-50 yards, and so we were trying to evaluate, or I was trying to evaluate, is he an old enough deer? And his body looked good, his face looked old, so I figured it was game on. I put a really good shot on this deer, so we're gonna give him plenty of time, but he should be a done deal. There you have it. Big Illinois bruiser down. Well, here we are, November 7th, and what a sweet day it is. This is the deer we came here specifically for. He's a big old 9-point that we had some pictures of last year and more this year, and we knew that this was his core area, or his bedroom. And my brother Titus was up here a day or so ago and saw some monster rubs and some scrapes, and knew this was most likely where this guy was tearing things up. So we got in the stand maybe 1:15, and 15 minutes later he comes up, and we saw him at maybe 50 yards, and he circled behind us, and I was really worried he was going to get our wind, but he was at maybe 35 yards and he was quartering away pretty sharp, but was very confident in the shot. And fortunately I didn't hear, the cameraman wasn't on it, he had a bunch of leaves in the way. But either way, I'm super excited to be behind this beautiful Illinois buck.
It's hard to believe that's a doe decoy with buck antlers. It just looks so good. I don't think a big buck or a little bucks, they don't really care. It seems like they just stand around it, and they love being around it. I think they're just curious of who that buck is. They don't know them, so they come into it like that and just stand around it, walk around it, smell it. I don't use any scent with this decoy. So far I've not had any deer really spook from it. I've had a doe and a buck come in so far, but it's just cool. I hope a big one comes in. I'd love to see one come in. That was a really cool hunt with the decoy. I've got just a doe decoy that I had drilled 1/2-inch holes in, and I put buck antlers on it. It works awesome though. It's easier to carry than a full-size buck decoy, and I don't think the size bothers the bucks at all. He ran all the way across the field, about 175 yards, and it looked like he went down, but I'm not really sure. So, thank you, Lord. That was the coolest hunt I think I've ever been on. Yeah, I'm definitely hooked on decoys now. We're just getting ready to go in. We're on the other side of the field from my tree. It's about 170, 175 yards, and when we pulled up with the four-wheeler, we saw the blood where he came in here. This drops off, and I couldn't tell from the tree if he went down right here or if he went over this hill. We're still on the blood right here, so we'll just continue on. Here's a good pile of blood right here. We've only come 10 steps into this thicket right here, so. And right there's my arrow. And right here he is. He's just right here. I thought that I had heard his antlers hit some stuff, and I'm wondering if he stood right here for a second or fell. And because maybe two minutes later, after I was doing interviews in the tree, I could hear something, his antlers hit something over here. And I thought it was antlers, it might not have been. But yeah, he looks pretty good from right here. It's a pretty buck. It was cool to watch him come into that decoy. He just postured and walked right around to it, to the downwind side. So always set up your decoy and expect him to come downwind. That was probably the coolest hunt that I've ever experienced myself. Man. Whew. He is a stinker. We had some success today. A beautiful 4-year-old 9-point came into the decoy and postured and came into a snort wheeze, came into 20 yards, circled downwind, perfect, gave me a good shot, and he went about 175 yards and piled up on the other side of the field. But it was just a coolest hunt with a decoy. I'm really hooked. People say that they get hooked just because of that, and it's just a neat thing to see a deer come charging into something that you know he's going to come right into your shooting area. So everything worked out perfect. Beautiful, like I said, 9-point, beautiful morning. Sunrise came up. It was just as pretty as could be.
All right, well, Brad and I are all set up in the hardshell redneck, as you can see, and it's about 1 o'clock now. And we just had a couple does run by already, so that's going to be the goal tonight. We're trying to get some does down. Like I said earlier this morning, we have about six doe tags if we wanted to use them all. So we're going to settle in. We're going to hear good and early, and we're not really going to hold back. We'll, as we see them, we'll be taking shots at them if it's a good African shot. So. As you guys just saw, we just had those does come in, and we were still setting up. We just got done doing that first interview. We shot that in 180 frames per second for the camera gurus out there, and it was so cool to see the slug fly. I mean, we did it for that reason, to hope we'd be able to see it in flight like that. So
just real time.
Yeah, just need a normal crosshair right there, right? We just shot a lot of does in like 5 minutes. Tell Grayson I got his deer sticks. Hey Grayson, Grayson. Deer sticks. You better get your tummy ready, Grayson. We have lots of deer sticks.
All right, well, we're just getting up to the second doe that I just shot, and fortunately she died right here on the road that we can drive in on. So nice big doe. Gonna get her tagged, and we gotta pick up the rest. They're all on this road too, actually. So gonna get to work and start getting these all tagged and gutted. And the plan now going forward is gonna take some time off for the holidays, and then potentially around that first weekend in December we'll be back out hitting again, and looking forward to targeting some of these mature bucks coming back to food now after the rut's kind of dying down. So thanks for watching another episode of Midwest Whitetail, the Heartland Show, and hope everybody has a good Thanksgiving, and we'll see you guys back here next week.